on the leadership topic that y'all was talking about before, I would say if leadership and empowerment get women the results they actually want, like stable families, strong marriages, fulfilled purpose, then I support it. But if it's producing anxiety, broken homes, emotional chaos, uh, short term attention, then we got to question the method. Because from my understanding, progress isn't just about power; it's about outcomes. And if the outcomes are off, maybe the strategy isn't as empowering as it seems. But if to the dating part, multiple partners, if dating multiple partners leads to clarity, stronger commitment, and better long term outcomes, go for it. But if it's just feeding confusion, indecisiveness, increasing body counts, we like to talk about that, turning people into emotionally unavailable options, and we probably got to stop pretending that it's healthy. So
And I
this
will argue that it's the latter.
exactly, you beat me to it. So we might just need to probably try to focus on if we're able to hone in those results that we're actually getting, and oftentimes that's just not it. And that's all I can say for right now.
I don't think that women are going to school for. I mean, I don't think that that was the point in going to get an education. I don't think that when you think about going to get an education, it's like, oh, so I can get a man. I mean, I think back in the day it was, but I don't think that when people go to college, they're majoring in getting a man. I think that that's something to have a career, but unfortunately, you seeking a career is what's causing you to, fail in another area. So I think that that's, we just have to figure out a balance.
Shan, I would say that's applied to the Black culture, right? Like we don't go to college to find a husband, but there are a lot of white women that go to college for the purpose of finding their husband. Like they
well,
go
we don't have enough.
for
We
that
don't have
thing.
enough enrolled unless we're talking about dating outside of our race. I mean, when I went to school, and this was years ago, it was 7-1. It would be impossible to get a man. I mean, some people did, and they're happily still married after years because those relationships work and they're long lasting.
I met my husband in college.
Yeah, but the reality is there's just not enough men for every woman in college. The ratio is off.
Especially if you're only looking for a Black man.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings it back. So should Black women, in this case, should the argument be that
we don't want to go there today.
Looking towards
who just said that? Ty from the Shaw?
At all,
interesting.
If we are indeed looking for a husband, or should we be at mechanic shop, or like Sweetie said, going to the plumber trades and Amazon and hanging out at McDonald's or something? You know what I mean? Like where do Black women go in order for us to find husbands?
Remember, at the same time, Dodge and Pookies and Ray Rays that y'all claim
are not the majority.
Are not the majority. So, like, where will we go?
What is the blueprint, you guys? I would love to hear that.
And give us any direction. Like, where should Black women go if we wanted to find a husband? And I'm talking about like from high school, right? Like, just like they raise white girls to go to college
and hang out at the engineering building.
Yep. So that they can find their husband. Should Black women decide, I'm not even going to go to college because I know they're not there, right? And I don't want him to think that I'm better than him because I got an education or whatever. So where should we be going? Taking into consideration that we also, as you were stating, should have to, be okay with the standard of where our Black men are as a majority right now.
Oh, so you're asking where should the young women go if they're
I'm saying where should women from high school, if we're raising our girls to say, you need a husband, we're going to prepare you for this, where should they be going where we can find a mass amount of good Black men who want to be married, right? in a place where we can go and figure out who's going to work for us, where would that be? If you guys could just think off the top of your
I
head,
think
where?
that's a really good question. But
You think it's a what question, Darwin?
It's a really good question.
Somebody said indeed.
I don't-
No, you know what?
I don't
You
think
know what?
it's-
You know what the
I don't think it's just, oh, you want to go, Trev?
No, go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say I don't think it's a specific location or surrounding or space or environment you need to go. It's just when you do run into a man who is attracted to you or desires you, is to bring him around somebody that can help you vet him out. Because I think just saying go around engineers, that can be a little bit misleading because you might have engineer like me. I was a computer engineering major. I got a computer science degree, bachelor's degree. You would have brought your ass over there. You know what I'm saying? You would have got your ass handed to you. Well, I would have handed your ass to me. But it could be misleading.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's crazy.
That's what I'm
That's your
saying.
mentality at that.
It's
But
no-
he's
it's really-
saying
it's
the
your
most
point.
important
Your
thing.
point, Ty, it's really nowhere you can go. It's all about bringing the guy
To
that
your
is
family.
desiring you around the people that you trust the most to be able to help you with discernment.
Now, let me ask you this, Darwin. Since as we know, the statistic is that most of us grow up in single parent households. So they also do not have any experience vetting and dealing with men or running into a good man themselves, right? Who would be the vetters?
Your grandparents, they not married? They not
No,
together?
she got a
My
point. though.
parents are not married.
She got a point.
They
She's
My
did-
grandparents they're passed away. So
Right. So
They
who
have
would
a
vet
point.
for us?
They have a point. They don't have any available for this. This is the reason why. This is where everything's falling off. These women genuinely actually want to be married. They want to funnel these guys through the proper vetting process, but they don't have anybody to bring them to.
So then we come back to square one, right?
Right.
Where we are
Yeah.
out here, like Lashia stated, trying to figure it out ourselves because we're coming to the conclusion that there is no solution
That's part of the
for
game.
Black
Nope.
women.
Hold on.
You know what?
Because
Go
let
ahead,
me
go
just
ahead, Marcus.
throw this real quick in here. I didn't, as an older cousin, I'm the oldest of all the cousins and brothers and sisters in my family, right? If you tell one of the younger girls not to mess with somebody, do they A, say, you know what, you right, big cousin, he not right for me? Or do they B, sneak and still mess with him? And whatever happens, happens.
I don't know. I'm not even that close to my cousins.
They
Yeah,
sneak and still mess with them.
I don't have a big
And
cousin.
I've told several friends. I got a lot of female friends. I've told several friends. I've told several cousins that certain dudes that you seeing with, hey, I don't like that dude. Something off about him. And
There was a point in time when I was the nigga they shouldn't mess with. And no matter what you said
Right.
to them, they was gonna still fuck with me.
okay, so do you classify yourself as a good guy now?
Yeah.
No, I
Okay,
think
if I may
everything.
ask, how old are you now?
42.
And they
40.
told us don't wait to date till we're 40.
Right, but that's
But you just became a good
that's
dude.
when most Black men become.
And Marcus had some good
Oh,
picks.
Nope,
Dude,
nope, nope,
Sorry.
nope,
That's
nope,
all
nope,
I'm
nope,
saying.
nope,
When
nope,
that
nope,
clip of
nope,
that lady
nope,
turned off,
nope,
the first thing that Amira said was, "Don't wait till we're 40 to date. That
No,
is dangerous.
I'm-
We don't know if we
You
can
should
Y'all
have
wait
tripping.
kids."
You know what your problem is?
But Darwin
I'm gonna tell you.
agreed
You know what
as well.
y'all ignoring? You know what y'all ignoring? I'm gonna tell you what y'all are ignoring. That dude that was kind of corny. That maybe he might have been a little awkward. He might have been on his shit. He might have been in them books. He might have been had the trajectory to get his. The one that you ignored, the one that wasn't cool enough, the one that wasn't tall enough. That guy, because he was probably gonna come into his own later on. Women are really trying to act like there's not enough access to men. You get men coming at you all day, and they're not all trash. They're not all trash. There's no way they're all trash. It might not have been every single thing that you thought you qualified for, but it could have been a man that would have been a great husband, gave you a great family, and been a great provider. But y'all ignored his ass, and somebody else scooped him up. That dude that was weak as hell, one of them white girls done picked him up, and then y'all like, damn, why they going with all of them? Y'all ignored his ass. Y'all teased his ass. Y'all didn't care.
What
Huh?
I'm hearing, Trev, is that we should take whatever is given to us. When we have to be realistic about this, for people to even want to deal with each other, you at least have to have attraction there. I have to have some type of attraction to you, whether you make me laugh, whether I like your conversation, whether you make, you tantalize my mind, you make me want to learn more. There has to be some type of spark. Just because you are a decent guy, you might be a little corny, doesn't mean that you're for me. It's just like every woman that you run across, there might be wonderful women out there, but her body might be a little big, but she might not be as cute in the face. Maybe she doesn't do all the things you need her to do, and you look past her. And she was probably the best wifey material you could have came across.
I don't
But you
think we're
were
looking
not
past
attracted.
the bad
Yeah.
builds or the
So-
bad bodies. I think if she can be overweight, whatever, as long as she cooperative and all those other things, good,
Darling.
come on
Now,
now.
I heard you
Yeah.
go.
So
Yeah.
we
Would you
we
have
we're acting like we
men
don't
that
make
get on
we
here
don't
and
make
be like, oh my
concessions.
God, if you're 200 pounds and you're 5'4", I will never talk to you. Ew, you're
Come on.
Who's
disgusting.
We're
saying
not
that?
being honest.
A
Wait,
lot
205.4?
Well,
We're
being
acting as
overweight,
if
that's
only
something you can
women-
control
We
easily.
act as if only women are here and being decisive on who we want to date. Men do the same thing, and we both have the right to do so. We
Men
both
do
have the
not
right
do
to
it the
so.
same
There
at the
has
same
to be
clip as
some
women.
type of connection.
Oh yeah.
That
I
is
think
so
they
not
do.
true. The
Yes,
men
they
the
do.
men that all
Yeah,
the
they-
women are trying to get, they do that because they have the pick of the litter. They have all the
Right.
options. Your
What?
average man, most men, the overwhelming majority of men are not that damn picky. The dudes
No,
y'all trying to get,
he's
y'all
right.
all Eskimo sisters. Y'all want to date the
No,
same
Trey.
dudes.
Y'all are
That's
not
the
picky
problem.
when it comes to who you sleep with, but you're picky with who you want to build a life with.
Life with,
As
yeah.
you
Who you
should be.
actually want to be seen with in the
Right.
street
Come
because you
on.
require
Let's be
validation.
honest.
Correct.
Right. And
Let's
guess
be
what? You know
real
what?
about it. We're
Then
both
you see
picky.
what the
If
alternative you see what the alternative is, right? If there's a scarcity of men, right, then it's like you saying, okay, you have to take what you get. But when you think about it, what else you gonna do? What else you gonna do? The
Well, hold
alternative
on,
is
'cause-
be by your damn self.
No,
Because you're not
it's
going to get
scarcity
anything
of
better.
men.